Hello everybody and welcome back to another C++ example video. Now in today's video, we are going to be going over the find function. Now what the find function does is it actually gives you the index of whatever you want to find. Now there's actually a couple of ways to use the find function. For example, let's say that in the main function, let me just include the header file. I just include the header file string. Now let's say you have a string, and we're gonna call that string a sentence. And now this sentence will be outside. It is a sunny day. Well, actually, it is a sunny day, or it is cloudy and warm. That usually doesn't happen, but let's say it hypothetically did. Now we are done with declaring the sentence variable, and now we create a string and we name it cloudy. Or we just name it string. String, and the value of the string is cloudy. Now, in order to use the find function, you need to also include string : size _ type position. Now what this does is it declares position as an unsigned integer that you can do operations with in strings. Now, just to clarify, the reason that we're writing in string : size type _ type position is because we just need to be able to have a unsigned integer so that we can do certain operations with strings. I may have said it before, but I'm just gonna tell you again. Now, after writing that in, we can get into some of the real code. Now, right after writing in that, you can see out sentence is equal to slash go, and the slash quotation mark will give us a quotation mark inside of the string. So then rewrite sentence in right there. No. Now once we're done with that, we can come right here and see out. Well, actually, we can write in right here and just the position in, or actually the position of S the position of is in sentence now right here we'll just enter really quick and write in right here static cast unsigned int sentence dot find is and out. Another reason that we are writing in here static cast unsigned int sentence dot find, the reason that we're writing in the static cast is because since we are using the size type position, if we exclude this static cast, then we could get an error from your compiler. Now I don't know exactly what compiler you are using, but try it out without using the static cast operator, and chances are it might be okay, since most modern compilers and IDEs can in fact like handle not needing the unsigned integer. So yeah, just try it out, see if it works. But for me, for all you out there who have an IDE which may not be able to handle the not using the static cast operator, then I'm just going to be using it in your case. Now keep in mind that even if your IDE does not necessarily need us to use the static cast unsigned integer, it really wouldn't hurt if you included it anyways. You won't get an error or anything. It's all okay if you leave it as is, if you leave it how I put it here. Anyways, back to the actual code. Now right here we have where it says cout the position of S in sentence is equal to static cast unsigned integer sentence dot find S. Now some of you may not actually know what in the world the find function does. Now I may have not made it clear early on in this program, but what the find function actually does is it pretty much just finds whatever you write in here inside of these little parentheses. It returns the index of the value. It returns the index of the string. Now, I'm just going to run this program so I can show you what this actually does. Sentence is equal to outside it is cloudy and warm. The position of is in sentence is equal to 11. And you check out is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See? The position of S in the sentence is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now it's a fairly simple function to use and take advantage of. And just so I can clarify, what the index actually is in C++ is it's sort of just like the order that things go in the strings. For example, the first string has an index of 0, or like the fourth character in a string has the index of 0, the second character in the string has an index of 1, and the third character has an index of 2, and so on. Now keep in mind that the number of characters in a string is not the same thing as the index. Now with that in mind, we can move on to the next parts. Now you know how I said that as long as whatever is in here is a value character or string. Now by the way, you can also put values of type char because the program will automatically convert it to a string in order for the program to plug it in to the function. Now as long as whatever is inside of these two parentheses is a valid string or valid char variable of the char data type, then you can just put it in there. This also includes variables. For example, right here, you can see out and you can write in the position of that, and you can write in right there string, the position of string in sentence is equal to now here we static cast And there we go. Now you see we actually put in the string variable, and now we can run this program and hopefully it produces no errors. And now if you take a look, the cloudy is actually in the index 14, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count again. Sorry. 1, 2. Actually 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now remember, this actually pretty much just means that it only counts at the first character of that string that you're looking for. Now this may seem a bit weird, but yeah, it only counts the first letter. But keep in mind that this does not mean that it only looks at the first character of that variable of that string that you gave them, and it only looks for that. No, it looks for the entire thing. Because if I come over here and write in, let's say, C right there, and I run it, you can see that the index is not 0. But if I write in the whole thing, cloudy, then the index will be 0. And even if I just remove cloudy, the index goes back to where it was originally. So that's something to keep in mind. And it's a common mistake, because even though it seems like it really is just looking at that first letter, no, it's actually looking at the entire thing. Now, right here we can write in cout the position of the in sentence static cast unsigned int then here we can write in some parentheses sentence dot find the. And oh. And then after that we can cout. Here it's pretty simple. Pretty much the exact same as the is statement up here. So nothing really too different. The next thing to do is we can write in the first occurrence of I in sentence after position 6 is equal to static cast unsigned int. Here we can write in sentence dot find char I, comma 6. Now, as you can see right here, this is actually a little bit of a different way of using the find function. Now, this is actually the different way of using the find function that I talked about before. Now, the way that this works is you can still enter any char variable, any character, or string in this first section, this first little bit, but after that, here's the index that you will actually be starting at. So, since we're using it on sentence, we'll start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Meaning that right after 6, we will find the first I that comes up. Now, the only reason that you will use this is in case you don't want to start at index 0 and you want to find something else and sort of lower it afterwards. For example, if somebody says name is equal to something, then you want to go right after that equal to sign and then take whatever is after that, depending on what it is. So, it's pretty simple if you ask me. Let's run this program. Now, after position 6, the first occurrence of I in sentence after position 6 is equal to 8. As if you take a look, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fairly simple. Don't you think so? Now, something you want to watch out for with these find functions is, let's say that I replace this I with a Z, and if you look at this, there's clearly no Z inside of this string. Now, if we run this program, we might get some weird results, as you can see. Now, this is very similar to what happens when you try and print a string that has no value, or when you try and print an integer that was not initialized. Because if I change this to, say, 0, it gives me the same value. Now just keep that as I, but that's something to keep in mind. If you try and find something that is not there, you'll get results that are not necessarily correct, or results that you really do not want. Now, let's say that the result is something that you, let's say you wanted to do something and try and find something that is there, that is not there. If that does not work, there may be a way by using an if statement and a function to find out if it is true, or like it actually exists in the string that you were given. Then you can, it will give you the value that you want. But if there is no if there is no I inside the sentence, then you can just, let's say, return false or return some sort of other thing, return some sort of other value that notifies the program that whatever you just printed is really not true and cannot be calculated. So now, after we are done with that little portion, we can move on to something else. Now, that something will actually be involving the position variable that we declared up here. So here we're going to make position will be equal to sentence dot find warm So then we can see out. Now this is actually a way for you to, this is actually a very neat way, because if you want to assign the value of whatever is in here, if you want to assign the value of whatever inside of, like, I don't know, let's say a find of the result of a find function, then you can do that if you declare it with the type string : size type. You can't do that by using just a normal int data type. So after that, we can see out. And then we can write in position is equal to position and no. Now we can more or less run the program now, and the position will be 25, as you can see. Now, something that you should also keep in mind is that when using the find function, it will just find a little blip of a string. For example, let's say I only wanted to find C at low. Then I could find that just as I found cloudy. Now, just so you know, it doesn't have to be an entire word. Like, it doesn't have to be in between, it doesn't have to be sandwiched in between two spaces. It can really be a portion of word. Heck, I could even put OU and try and find that. And for the index, I would obviously get, now for the index, instead of getting 0 for OU, I would actually just get the index starting right here. I would get an index of 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'd actually get an index of 16 if I'm correct, rather than an index of 0. The reason for that is because the find function is actually case sensitive. So also keep that in mind when using it in your program. Because if I, let's say, change this to find, if I'm correct, I should get an abnormal answer. See? Because now if I change it back to the normal I got a good answer. Now keep that in mind. Now the main problem with using find functions is that it can be very easy for the programmer to make mistakes. The easiest way to counter that is to be very careful, very consistent and precise while using the find function. As long as you can follow those things, it will be very easy to use this function to your advantage. Now I hope you guys had fun doing this video with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!